Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to Broku no Hero. Today is a Black Clover chapter review of chapter 212. So if you have not been reading the Black Clover manga, well, there's going to be spoilers ahead, so you might want to back out. If you don't care, then let's get into it. But guys, it does seem like this arc is finally coming to an end very soon, as the fight seems to be over, and then there's probably going to be maybe, a few chapters to wrap up some things, and then we'll be going into the next arc. And it does seem like this will not only be the end of this elf invasion arc, but the overall end of part 1 of the Black Clover series. Tabata stated that currently we're only in arc 1 of the 3 arc series that is Black Clover. There's just a bunch of mini arcs in between it, and honestly this seems like a logical fit to be the end of part 1, which would make a lot of sense. But anyways, guys, I'm also going to say, I'm going to leave a link in the description down below to Viz to go read the manga. But basically it ends off with the last chapter where the devil actually is defeated by the massive team up between the humans and elves. And technically this was a team up between humans, elves, and one devil, as we get the interaction of Asta's devil with the word devil, and Asta's devil is just mocking him. The devil says, "Nice to meet you, my senior," and the word devil is really confused. He doesn't know who he is, and Asta's devil is like, "Oh, there's no need to know. No matter how strong you were, how great you were, you lost, and now you're dead." And then the Asta's devil says, "Goodbye, loser." And then the word devil finally dissipates for good, and he's gone, and they won. But then they do notice that the magic from Lumiere and Licht, the combo spell that was protecting them, it's actually starting to very much go away. And we get a scene of Yami and Charla, and Charla says, "Well done, human." Honestly, was pretty cool. Now, Charla is not Charlotte, but she might be able to tell that the human inside of her does really like Yami, and it was cool they did get a team up and stuff like that. And Yami calls Charla Thorny Soon Princess number 2, and then Charla calls Yami a ruffian. Now, remember, these are not the official translation, so they'll probably be different words in the official translation, but yeah, so the demon magic, or the other world magic, is starting to take over. Lumiere's magic is weakening, and his protection magic is weakening. And this is where Valtos comes in clutch and uses his spatial magic to save everybody and teleports them towards the door to leave the Shadow Palace. This is really cool because Valtos admits that what he was doing is wrong and he's going to atone for his sins, and this is the first step for that goal. Meanwhile, Rades doesn't believe he did anything wrong. He's just very, very stubborn. We see Patri realize that there are things that he still must take care of as he thinks about William. And also, funnily enough, Yami uses his key and he finds Gildre and Rebchi hiding with the permeation magic, and their plans are screwed. They're probably going to be put back into prison, very likely, because they didn't do anything to really atone for what they did. They were just breaking in here to try and steal stuff, which honestly might make me think that Gildre and Rebchi still might find a way to escape, and then that's going to tie into the next arc with the magic items that they stole from the times of antiquity. Maybe the Diamond or Spade Kingdom will get their hands on it via Rebchi and Gildre joining their ranks. And it would make sense of why they could get away. They could use these magic items for themselves, and in this scenario, in this context, pretty much every single good guy is extremely weakened and mana drained, so therefore it probably would be hard for them to keep on Gildre and Rebchi if they had magic items to assist in their escape. So basically it ends with the door to leave the Shadow Palace, and the ending caption of this chapter is "Everyone returns safe and sound," which almost makes you want to think, oh, is this really going to be this good of an ending? Because remember, guys, Asta's Demon Destroyer Sword was teased by Droit, or Elf Gauche, that amazing power is going to have drawbacks. You can't just have some all-encompassing power with no cons, with no sacrifice. So maybe something like that will happen. Because honestly, that is one of my main complaints with this arc, with the Demon Destroyer Sword's power being introduced shortly after the elf invasion. It took away a lot of suspense of, oh, this person's an elf now. Are they going to stay an elf? Are they going to need to be killed? What's going to happen? The sword kind of ruined that, and honestly, that is what is keeping this arc from being a 10 out of 10 for me. But what could, kind of help that and bring it back to a 10 out of 10 is that the Demon Destroyer Sword had those drawbacks that something bad was going to happen for using that enormous power over and over again. So, overall, good chapter. Not great. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 for this chapter, just because, well, it kind of just fits into the overall narrative. Doesn't, in my opinion, add a lot, except for the beginning, and that is Asta's devil talking to the word devil. Now, one interesting concept, which I honestly so far think is probably a thing, is that the Asta's devil, the anti-magic devil, was probably shunned by a society of devils because he had no magic, he had anti-magic. And because of that, he was maybe shunned, and that's how he found his way into the 5-leaf clover grimoire. Combining the elven swords of the Demon Slayer, Demon Dweller, and Demon Destroyer swords with a 5-leaf clover grimoire with himself, and then pairing himself with a very strong human in Asta, that one day he could get back at the devils for potentially shunning him. Because if he is shunned by his society, he's going to want to get back at them. That is parallels to Patri and the elves and Rades and Valtos, that they want to get back because they were pretty much shunned by their own society and want to get back at them. This would be a good way for the devil to do that. He would be housing himself in a 5-leaf clover grimoire, which a devil tried to steal. It is the housing of the original 4-leaf clover grimoire of Licht, whose swords are the Demon Slayer, Demon Dweller, and Demon Destroyer swords, which, in my opinion, means that Licht might have been doing stuff back in the day where he probably had to kill demons or kill devils. And so it would be ironic for the anti-magic devil to add his anti-magic powers to these swords that probably have demon or devil blood connected with them, and he's combining with that, and he's joining forces with a magicless human and is getting back at his superiors. He does directly call the anti-magic or the word devil a superior or his senior, and this would be him technically getting back at him. Now, unfortunately, we don't get much more information about the devil that's in Asta's grimoire, which I wish we did. We didn't even get a name for the word devil that we were fighting in this chapter, which honestly, in a way, makes me think that this devil that we just fought for the last 15 to 16 chapters might not be that strong of a devil in his own world if he doesn't even have a name that we have gotten for him. No name, just a devil who uses word magic. And honestly, I hope we get more information about Asta's devil, but I'm sure we will soon. Just him calling this devil his own superior, his senior, kind of brings in more fan theories of what could Asta's devil be. Honestly, I do think it is that this devil lived in that society of devils where there's probably a bunch of devils and demons that live in hell or Helheim or something like that. And this devil was born with anti-magic instead of a regular, normal type of magic. So maybe he was probably shunned by his own community of devils and was put as a really low-level devil. But him joining forces with basically a elven grimoire and a human body in Asta, he's now going to get his chance to get back at the devils and demons. He's going to, he's already gotten back at them. He just basically was the final blow on the devil. And that was really cool. But I'm really excited to see more. I know one of the complaints about this arc now is that nobody died except for Julius in the very beginning. But honestly, there's been a lot of really very bad major injuries and deaths to characters already. we didn't need to have one in this arc. I mean, technically, Julius was killed in this arc, and that's the freaking Wizard King. But anyways, overall, I will give my overall review of this arc when the actual series is, when it's confirmed it's on to the next arc. Because I'm sure that the next few chapters might be characters talking to each other, discussing things, stuff like that, and it's going to build into the overall next arc. When the arc is officially done, I will reread the entire arc and then give my review and analysis and point things out like that. Overall, I'm going to give this, I already know I'm going to give this arc at least a 9.5 out of 10, but we will see. And there is one thing that maybe if Asta's Demon Destroyer Sword, its negative effects happen in a later arc, I will then give the Elf Invasion arc an even higher rating if it doesn't do anything in this arc. Because that's the main drawback for me of this arc, is the Demon Destroyer Sword, even though it still is pretty cool. But anyways, guys, let me know what you thought about this chapter. Please leave your thoughts down below. Do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Plus...